Today we attended court because we are being charged for exposing horrific, criminal animal cruelty. Last year, video footage from Excelsior Hog Farm showed pigs bleeding and suffering from tumors, hernias, and gashes. Pregnant pigs and mother pigs were locked inside metal crates the size of their own bodies, unable to even turn around or move for months on end, including one expectant mother who was severely bruised and left lying in a pool of her own blood. Excelsior Hog Farm was also caught committing criminal animal abuse, aggressively shocking pigs in the face with electric prods, repeatedly hitting and kicking these animals, cutting off the tails and ripping out the testicles of screaming, distressed piglets with no anesthetic, and so much more. And what consequences did Excelsior Hog Farm face? There were none. The industry abuses animals with impunity. There is zero government oversight on farms. The industry regulates itself, and this should concern anyone who cares about transparency and accountability. The charges against us prove only that the animal agriculture industry is desperate to conceal the suffering and pain it inflicts. The few laws in place that could, in theory, protect some of these animals against some of the most egregious forms of cruelty are not enforced. The current system is failing animals unimaginably. This case provides an opportunity for everyone to re-examine their support of animal agriculture, and ultimately, we hope to prompt much-needed legal change for animals. Thank you.
Can you tell us what happened in court today?
Yeah, so I think what today reveals is that the system in place to protect animals truly is failing them in the worst possible way. Excelsior Hog Farm has clearly committed several instances of criminal animal cruelty, yet they have not faced any repercussions for their actions, and instead we are being charged, which just further proves the lack of transparency and accountability within this industry.
Sorry, can you explain what actually happened?
What was the result of the case?
Yeah, so we are being charged for exposing the realities of what happens to animals within farms.
So, I'm sorry, we weren't able to go into court, so I'm just wondering what actually happened in the courthouse today.
We are due to appear back in November, and we will have more details then, and all of our charges are listed online currently.
Were there any additional charges laid?
No, so right now there's 21 charges between the four of us.
Okay, and what are you charged with?
5 counts of break and enter and 2 counts of mischief.
Okay.
There was something planned at the Abbotsford SPCA later today. Do you want to talk about what's happening there and exactly why you decided why you're going there?
Yeah, so as I said, the system is failing animals unimaginably. Excelsior Hog Farm has clearly committed several instances of criminal animal cruelty, such as electric prodding the faces of pigs, repeatedly hitting and kicking these animals, cutting off the tails and testicles of screaming, distressed piglets with no pain relief, and so much more. And yet Excelsior Hog Farm is still regarded by the industry as one of the best farms in Canada. And if such immense suffering is the norm on the so-called best hog farms, then we encourage the public to consider what happens to animals on the worst of them.
So what are you hoping to achieve with the SPCA protest, if that's still going on?
With the protests and with this case in general, we hope to encourage the public to stop eating animals, and ultimately we hope to generate much-needed legal change for animals.
Were you given any indication that your group might face additional charges?
No, today is about the pigs, and at Excelsior Hog Farm, videos taken from within that farm show thousands of pigs crammed inside pens, suffering from hernias, tumors, and bloody lacerations. Some pigs couldn't even walk, so they were left languishing to slowly die on a filthy concrete floor. There were dead pigs found rotting in pens with other live pigs who were eating their dead bodies, and some were just thrown into garbage bins. So this is truly about the criminal animal cruelty that's taking place within Excelsior Hog Farm and how they are not facing any repercussions for their actions.
Were you surprised that you and the others were criminally charged? And now that you are facing these charges, do you have any regrets for your involvement?
Ultimately, I am most worried about the pigs inside Excelsior Hog Farm, and this case just proves that the industry can abuse animals with impunity.
Were you disappointed with how the SPCA handled the information that you gave them?
Yeah, Excelsior Hog Farm has clearly committed criminal animal cruelty, yet there have been no repercussions for their actions. It doesn't make sense, and instead we are just being charged, which again just further proves the intense lack of transparency and accountability within animal agriculture. Something needs to change.
And just your reaction, you have several dozen people here obviously supporting you guys today. Your reaction to this group being out here today?
Yeah, the support has been incredible, and we are not the criminals here. It's clearly Excelsior Hog Farm that has been documented and proven time and time again. And so many people, the entire community, is really rallying around us and supporting that. And we really hope that this does launch positive legal change for animals.